We've had a decrease in patients at our facility. We've had a little bit of a spike over the past week of positive cases in the state. But as far as our facility, we haven't really seen. We have, I think, 2 cases right now that are positive, but they're not critically ill. So that's good.
So what is what's the greatest struggle that you feel like you've overcome thus far? Because we always go through struggle. I mean, we're all still pretty young here, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm approaching 40, but I feel like I have a long time to go. And the thing is like, I know other challenges are going to come for me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I wonder how it is for other people. Like so far, Kassie, what have you overcome? What's the hardest thing you feel like you've overcome?
I feel like the hardest thing, the list of things that I've been through in life, but the hardest thing I've had to overcome, I think, is anxiety and the fear of the unknown. Yeah. Because, of course, we always fear the future because we don't know what's ahead of us. We can prepare and just take it day by day.
Sometimes it feels really good to have a plan. And when you can't plan on something, you can't plan for the unknown. So
exactly. So I had plans for the future, and I'm still working towards those. I am actually going back to school starting at the end of this month to get my bachelor's in respiratory. I plan to hopefully get in the Air Force Reserve after that. Maybe go to nursing school. That was another thing that I've looked at for the future. Yeah. Just as extra options, more opportunity.
With the respiratory therapist, if you go to medical school, do you like go up in rank or?
Like the military, right? Up in rank.
Yeah.
Right. I knew what you were talking about. If I go in with my bachelor's, I'll go in commissioned officer. And that's the reason I wanted to get my bachelor's aside from going. Everybody asks me why I don't go ahead and go in now. It's because I didn't want to go in enlisted. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's just not what I wanted for myself. And so respiratory is an enlisted job. People ask why I didn't go in as a respiratory therapist. Enlisted, and the training is 9 months. So I'm not sure that they would make me go through 9 months of training for the same exact job I have now or how that would work. So I wanted other options. So getting my bachelor's and going from there and seeing what my options are.
What MOS do you hope you get?
I'm not sure. Some medical, maybe. I don't remember what it's called. I'm
sorry. You're fine.
So, what makes you feel most accomplished? Like day to day, even month by month. What are some of the things that make you feel most accomplished?
So, waking up every day is an accomplishment to me because it gives me another day to do something and be a better than I was yesterday. And so, daily, I try to do my devotional and read my Bible and get out and do some sort of exercise. If it's walking, running 3 miles, just cleaning house to me is work.
Yeah.
We're doing yard work. Just something gets me moving, keeps me active. But when I go to work, how to do my best to help my patients. What can I do to help them get better so I can go home and be back with their family? Because right now is a struggle for us, but it's also a struggle for them because they can't have their family. They can't have visitors right now. So
that's really hard.
It's been a struggle for me personally. I can't speak for everyone, but it's been a struggle for me personally when someone passes away and they can't have their family surrounding them. We've made exceptions to the rule and let, a few family members in, but most of the time when people pass away, they have a room full of people. So we just can't do that right now, and it's hard.
Yeah, that is hard. So, although I'm pretty, I don't know. I'm pretty rebellious. I think
you'd sneak some people in.
I would sneak people in. That's right. We did that anyways. With my dad. We were only supposed to have certain badges, and I snuck a badge over to my brother. And so we ended up with we had literally 5 or 6 people in the room, and they're like, "You're only supposed to have 2."
We got the badge, but
I'm like, it's okay.
We got the badge.
We got it. We got it taken care of. And they're like, okay.
It's okay. We got this.
Hey, but the thing is, it's like people when they're at death's door, they need that. They need the human connection.
Oh yeah,
they do.
Even when you're in a coma, you can feel the people in the room with you.
Oh, and Shane knows.
Yeah,
I mean, he remembers some of that.
Yeah. That was one thing that I was listening to a podcast last night, and I was sitting there thinking, I messaged Shane about it last night, and I was like, so I was listening to your podcast, and even when you're sedated, that's why we have to be careful what we say in the room. And we forget sometimes. I'm not going to lie to you. There's times where I've said things I probably shouldn't have said in the room.
And the more it stands out as being weird, the more you remember it. Yeah.
Shane, don't tell me that, because people are going to remember me singing to them, okay?
Hey, if it's things like that, I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
you walk into the room and you're singing songs and trying to keep a positive energy. I think that'd be great for people to.
I do. I sing to my patients a lot.
They say with unborn babies, if their mom listens to classical music, it helps.
A lot of
Enya. Yeah. So you might be helping those people with growing their brain.
That's good.
Yeah. So I'm glad to know that people remember me singing to them. That's great.
Yeah.
So on talking on accomplishments and things like that, what do you feel most proud of when it comes to
what makes you feel most accomplished?
Well, we kind of covered that a little bit, but what are you most proud of your accomplishments?
Oh yeah.
Oh man. The lives that I've saved and watched them be able to walk out.
I'm sure that's a very rewarding feeling.
Yes, because I've literally seen people, like I said, even that patient that recovered from this virus, stuff that it's just amazing to me that I take pride in having a part in that. And
that's great.
I've had people say, Kassie, you're a hero, and I'm like, oh, I'm not a hero. I just do my job.
Yeah,
but it's okay. It's okay to accept
you.
yourself as a hero. Look at yourself in the mirror today. You're going to look at yourself in the mirror and you're going to say, Kassie, you are a hero. If you have to be the coach, then you say you are. But if you wanted to say it yourself, you can say you are a hero or I am a hero, right? But do that. Say that every day. Tell yourself how.
Write it on your wall.
Put it on your mirror. We do stuff like that at my house all the time. I have 6 daughters, and we put stuff on their mirrors and all that kind of stuff for them to not only just say it, but then you're more likely to believe it about yourself.
That's very true.
And then your performance is better, right? You perform better in whatever endeavor you're pursuing. So, anyways.
Right. Well, it helps you not be complacent and just go through the motions to me, because there's so many times that we're like, oh, we're doing the same thing over and over again, but truly we're not. Every patient's different, and every day you go into work, you have no idea what you're walking into. So you're really not doing the same thing. Sometimes it just feels like you're going through the motions, but we have to remind ourselves, hey, we have a job to do.
Right.
And we need to do it. This patient deserves our best. And so that's why I try to stay positive when I go to work, because no one wants a negative Nancy around. That just drags everybody's energy down. I just try to stay positive and be a better person. And, I'm still a work in progress. Every single day, I just want to be better than I was yesterday.
It's good to hear that. I really like that.
Well, thank you.
So, who motivates you? Who do you look to get your motivation from? Whether it be like a podcast you listen to, or people you think others should be following, or anything like that.
Well, I think everyone has listed Jocko.
Oh yeah.
Everyone loves Jocko.
Jocko is the man.
Great. He is great.
Yep.
I also listen to Phil and Jace Robertson podcast, the Duck Dynasty guys. Yeah. They're great. they just have a different insight than the way we usually say things. They just, I really like them. Great. And also listen, especially on my way to work, I listen to Christian music. It just gets me in the right mindset. I have a specific song that I listen to a lot, and it's called Blameless. And
who is it by? I ask because my wife likes to listen to like Christian rock and things like that. So like, you know, new stuff that maybe she hasn't heard. Yeah, you know, might be.
It's I don't want to say it wrong. I want to say Dara, Dara McLean, Maclean. So it's great in the fact that, you know, it reminds us that God calls us holy, that He forgives us, that in His eyes we are worthy, even though sometimes we don't feel like we are. He calls us His child, that we're chosen by Him, like He handpicked us. And so sometimes we beat ourselves up because we're not as good as someone else, or we don't have this luxury life that we think someone else lives. But we all have our struggles and we all have our downfalls. And we have to remember that God made us perfect in His image. In His eyes, we are perfect because we're His child. It's just the way, like you said, with your daughters. I mean, every single one of your children are perfect in your eyes. So that's the way we have to look at it. God is our Heavenly Father. I mean, He looks at us just like our earthly daddy does. We're perfect because we're His child.
And He loves us no matter what.
Exactly. Unconditional love, for sure.
Yeah. So here's something you can do. You can take those lyrics that you love out of that song. You said Blameless is what it's called? You take some of the lyrics of that song, you write them on your mirror, and then you tell them to yourselves. You say, this is what, you know, my Heavenly Father says to me, right? And you can read that back to yourself. That's powerful. And I'm saying that to people out there too. Anytime you want to change something, some type of attitude you have, usually about yourself, writing the positive word phrases on your mirror and saying them to yourself helps.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Much. I mean, that's one of the ways that I changed my life. And I'm great. I'm really glad that you brought that up. That's really good.
Thank you. My dad actually used to make me stand in front of the mirror and say positive things to myself. Yes. And if I wanted to, he said, if there's something you want to change about yourself or you don't like about yourself, you say it to yourself in the mirror, Kassie, I don't like this, and we're going to change it. Or, you know, on days that I didn't feel worthy, he would make me go in the mirror and say positive things about myself. To myself.
That is awesome. Your dad and I would have been good friends.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So, Kassie, do you have any social media or any way that people can follow you online?
I do. I have Facebook, which I use more than anything. Okay. On Instagram, I use it more. I post scriptures on there more than I do pictures because I don't like taking pictures a lot of myself, of other things, sure.
Is it just your name? What's your
it's just Kassie Wishard. Yeah. They're both just Kassie Wishard. Yeah. And I don't have Twitter. I had one once upon a time, but I don't know how to use it.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't either.
I don't mess around with that.
Yeah. I don't either. It's too much for me. So I just stick to Facebook and Instagram every once in a while, but more Facebook than anything. Okay. So, and also, I just want to say a thank you to the Blue Angels for doing this flyover.
Yeah.
For support of frontline healthcare workers the other day. Mm-hmm. It was great. It was wonderful. It made me cry, which I always cry when I watch them fly.
Yeah.
But it was just emotional to know that they're supporting us, that we're all in this together, as people say. So it's really nice.
Well, we're really thankful that you were here on our show.
Yeah, thank you.
Podcast. I want to remind everybody out there as well to like this and share it and follow us.
Yeah.
We're just trying to spread the message of good inspiration, how people have overcome so many different things in their lives, and
it doesn't matter what they have gone through. Everyone's going through something, so try not to compare your struggles and their struggles.
Oh yeah, everybody has different struggles, and we're in the world of comparing, and we need to stop that and just be inspirations to each other.
Yeah.
So, all right,
well, thank you all so much for
yeah.
having me on here.
Yeah,
I appreciate
thanks
it.
so much for coming on.
All right, we out?
Yep, we're out.
All right. Y'all have a good day.